So last few lectures we were discussing about the CSI fed and VSI fed induction motor drives. So we have seen the closed loop operation in VSI, braking and regenerative braking in VSI, and the same operations in CSI also. So the next topic which is given in your syllabus is concept of space vector. What is the meaning of the space vector, where it is used, things like that. So to understand the concept of space vector, first of all let me tell you about a separately excited DC machine. Separately excited DC motor. So separately excited DC motor means this is the armature of the machine. So armature is excited with a supply voltage VA, and the field is also excited separately from another voltage source. Let this be the current, field current IF, this be the armature current IA. Due to this IF, flux phi is created here, and due to this IA the torque is produced in the machine. So the biggest advantage of this separately excited DC motor is that we can control both flux and torque independently, because torque is equal to or proportional to IA, okay, and this flux is proportional to IF. Since both are fed from separate DC voltage source and the angle between this IF and IA is 90 degree, we can easily control the torque and flux separately in a separately excited DC machine. But the main drawback of this separately excited DC motor, or DC motor in particular, the drawback is that it requires regular maintenance. So nowadays we have seen that in most of the applications we may not be using these DC machines. Instead of that we may be using induction motors. But what is the problem of an induction machine? In induction machine, you know that it is having a stator and it's also having a rotor, and we will apply this three-phase supply to the stator. So this is the stator current. Due to the stator current only, the rotating magnetic field IF and the flux is produced. So the problem here is that torque and flux cannot be controlled independently. If you are controlling torque, flux also varies. Similarly, if you are controlling flux alone, the torque also varies. So independent control is not possible in induction machine. But induction machine is widely used because of its simplicity, it requires less maintenance, etc. So our objective is, using power electronics techniques, can we obtain the characteristics of a DC machine from an induction machine? The meaning is that can I control this torque and flux independently in an induction machine also? So the answer is yes, of course we can control the torque and flux independently in a DC machine by using a technique which is known as the concept of space vector, or the vector control, or it is known as a field oriented control, FOC control. So first you need to understand what is the meaning of this vector control. So the idea of this vector control is that you have this induction machine, stator and rotor. To the stator you will be supplying the stator current IS. So if V is the applied voltage and IS is the stator current, if I can resolve this IS into two components, one along this, let me call it as IM, and one along this component, let me call this as IW. So if we can resolve this IS stator current into two components, one is IM and IW, and if I could separately or independently control this IM and IW, IM is the flux producing component, and IW is the torque producing component of this IS. So if I can independently control this IW and IM, that independent control is possible in the case of induction machine also. So but the problem in an induction machine is that IS is not a single quantity. Actually IS is a three-phase stator current. It is not single phase. So what I need to do is this three-phase quantity must be converted into two-phase quantity, one for the flux control and one for the field control or the torque control. So our objective is to how do we convert this three-phase quantities into two-phase quantities. For that we can independently control both torque and flux. Okay, idea is this: you can resolve this IS into two phases, and by using a three phase, how it is possible. So for that there are techniques for converting three-phase quantities into two-phase quantities, and that is known as the concept of transformation. Okay, normally we represent, there are different systems like ABC. ABC means normally our three-phase system. For example, A phase, B phase and C phase represents the normal three-phase system. To a stator you are supplying a three-phase, you have IA there, you have IB there, you have ICs there. Okay, so first this ABC quantities, or this is called ABC frame of reference or the three-phase frame of reference. It can be converted into two-phase by using certain type of transformation techniques which are generally known as the Clark and Park transformation. So we will learn about this Clark and Park transformation in the next video. So today I will be explaining only the basic concept that is lying in this vector control. So the main point is that you will be converting these three-phase quantities into equivalent two-phase quantities, and you resolve them or you control them independently. That is the meaning of transformation theory. Okay. So there are different transformation, like you can transform the ABC quantities into a frame of reference known as alpha beta, or you can transform this alpha beta into another frame of reference into D axis and Q axis. Those are known as a DQ transformation. This is known as the alpha beta transformations, and all these we will learn later. Okay, so what happens in a transformation is that you will resolve the current, the stator current, into two axes, one along the D axis and one along the Q axis. This is the meaning of two phase. So let me call this as ID and IQ, which meaning is you are converting this ABC frame of reference into a DQ reference frame. DQ means two phase, ABC means three phase. For the time being you need to understand like this. Okay, and assume that you got two currents, one along the D axis and one along the Q axis, and I am writing the Q axis current IQ can be used for controlling the torque, and the D axis current ID can be used for controlling the flux. Okay, so based on that we can define the vector control. There are two types of vector control method. One is called the direct vector control and another is called the indirect vector control. So direct vector control means it's very simple. We are sensing the speed using a tachometer, and the original speed is used for the closed loop operation. This is direct control. What is indirect means, from the motor terminal voltage we will derive speed. We are not actually measuring the speed with the help of a tachometer. Independently, by using some techniques we will measure that speed. That is the indirect control. That's the only difference between these two. So first of all, we can see the direct vector control method. So it's very easy, just you have to understand the block diagram. So direct vector control principle. So what are the parameters that we are going to control? We are going to control torque and we are going to control flux independently. So there must be two loops, one for the control of torque and one for the control of flux. That's all. Okay, so first of all I am taking a induction machine. This induction machine is fed from a VSI, voltage source inverter. This voltage source inverter is having as input a DC voltage source. So this is the basic induction machine drive. I am applying vector control to this VSI to operate induction machine, to control induction machine parameters separately. So this is a direct vector control. I am using a tachometer to sense the speed. So this is actual omega m, or the actual speed. Okay, at the same time I'll be measuring this motor terminal voltage and current. This is the motor terminal voltage and current. Voltage and current is directly measured from the induction machine. These quantities are in three phase, so that will be in ABC system. So the first thing is you need to convert this ABC into two phase, which means DQ frame. So when you convert this ABC to DQ, your output will be ID, D axis current, and Q axis current. Okay, so this is the transformation. So here, coming back to this, using a tachometer you are sensing the speed of this machine. You got this omega m value and you take this omega m and you will be comparing it with omega m star, reference value or the set value of the speed. Okay, so this is the actual speed, this is a reference speed. You will get an error voltage. So the error voltage first you will be sending to a PI controller. Okay, the output will be taken. So I told you there will be two loops, one is for the torque and one is for the flux. So torque is basically controlled by IQ. So I am taking this IQ here and again I am going to compare. So the PI controller output will be the Q axis reference value, IQ reference value. So this Q axis reference value will be compared with this original IQ. You will get an error. Again this error will be processed using a PI controller. Okay, so again now the quantities are in DQ reference frame. So you have to convert it back to DQ, back to ABC. Okay, this two phase must be converted finally into original three phase system, and it will be given to a firing circuit for the inverter. The output of the firing circuit will be given to the inverter, VSI. Okay, so that is the one control method. In another control, in second loop we have this ID. So this ID is taken and again it is compared with an ID reference value, ID star. Error will be generated, which is given to a PI controller. Okay, this is again given to this same block DQ to ABC. This ABC convert DQ axis will be converted into original three phase system here, and it is used for the firing control. So independently you can control the flux here, and you can also control the torque series speed. You can control independently using this. So this is the meaning of vector control. So I know that you must have not got the correct idea about this DQ and reference frame, that we will learn in the next class about this Clark and Clark transformation. For the time being, you need to understand that this ABC quantities, that is the original three phase quantities, will be converted into two phase quantities for EC control. That's all. Okay, now this is the direct vector control. Now what is the meaning of indirect vector control? Indirect vector control is also having the same block diagram, except that there is no tachometer is used. The motor terminal voltage and the current are measured, and from this we will generate we will find out what is the speed of the machine, and the other blocks remains the same. So this is the meaning of indirect vector control. In the next class we will learn about the different transformation techniques. What is Clark transformation, what is Spark transformation, and what are the matrices used in that, advantage of all these reference frames, etc. That we will learn in the next class.